next on General Hospital.
Now you're asking me to just give up without a fight?
Lee makes a desperate plea to protect Gail.
You will be far better off if you never see those notes.
And Katie faces Mark with a plea of her own.
Is it so difficult to say I love you?
I love you, Katie O'Reilly. I love you.
General Hospital, next.
Watch today right after One Life to Live.
Rogers passes to Stockton, and back to Rogers. He drives, one-on-one, and good. 109 to 108. 40 seconds on the clock now.
Vinnie!
What?
Turn the TV off, Vinnie.
Yeah, I know.
Honey, the score was 108 to 109. There was 40 seconds left in the game.
I know.
Why aren't you yelling and screaming at me because I turned it off?
I didn't know you did.
You didn't know what the score was.
Score?
You didn't even know there was a basketball game on.
For what?
Oh, Vinnie, honey, you scare me when you get like this.
Why not?
Because you don't usually get like this.
Oh, I don't get like this. Everybody's entitled to a first time, I guess.
First time for what? Take my son.
Wanda,
What?
you ever do much thinking about mental health?
Not as a rule, Vinnie, but I'm thinking about it tonight.
No, I mean, I'm serious. You ever think about how many real weirdos are out in that world, huh?
Well, I might have to. I used to have to a lot when I was working as a waitress in that diner. After a while, I began to think I was one of the experts in that field. Why do you want to know?
Because I think we're breeding them in this society. Yeah, just like puppies and roses and oil wells. And it gets worse every day. You know, there are more and more people walking around who are weird, out and out weird.
So?
So it's depressing.
Honey, why is it depressing you so much now?
Because if they're not weird, they're mean. I mean, it's amazing. Wanda, it's a rotten world.
Fun-filled, jam-packed day. Where's Danny?
Here's his homework. Why don't you sit down and relax? I'll make you a drink. And...
Well, no, I'll pass on a drink. I think a drink pushed me over the edge. I managed to miss lunch today.
Oh, honey, why didn't you call me? I would have brought something down to eat.
Oh, it's all right. Could use some dinner, though. Steak, baked potato.
Well, we have both. Be ready in just a minute. Listen, I want to thank you for making this over tonight. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying it.
I think that means dinner at last.
It does indeed. Now, if you will all go and sit down in the dining room, I'll bring dinner in and then we can eat. Good idea.
Wait, Joe. Take it here. I'd like to talk to this boy.
Vicky, I'm going to go get that little stuffed bear and take it to Kevin. But emotionally and instinctively, I can't imagine that it can work out. Should you be saying this to me? Why not? You're involved. But I shouldn't be. That is the point. But can you help yourself? Anyway, you have the right to think about what's best for you. You know, the other day when I came home after having a ridiculous dinner with Larry at 1:30 in the morning. He told me about it. He did? Can he tell you how happy I was? I know he was very happy. Oh, I'm glad. I was thinking to myself that it's the first time in my life where everything seemed to be working out. I met a man who was warm, and I felt comfortable with him. I certainly felt like he felt the same way with me. I mean, he was practically on the brink of saying it, and then he gets that phone call saying that Karen's been attacked, that she's in the hospital, and now... Cathy, are you still going to Wilbur? Yes, of course I am. Have you discussed any of this with him? Oh, I did a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to figure out what it was I was feeling. Actually, I think I was trying to get Will to tell me whether or not I was in love with Larry, which is absolutely ridiculous, because I'm the only one that can know that. But you know it now. Yes. Yes, I know it. And now, since Larry has gone back to Karen, you feel you have to be noble, step aside, remove yourself from Larry's life completely? I don't know what I feel. Then wouldn't it help to discuss this with Will? Cathy, this may be a time in your life when you have to do what's best for you. Fight for what you want. You're saying that I shouldn't quit that job at the clinic. I'm saying that you might work through your problems better by staying. I want to stay. But is that going to be fair to Larry? Is it going to be fair to me? I don't know what to do.
I didn't know you were here.
Tony.
Viki? I'm sorry, I seem to be interrupting your dinner.
No, not at all. We haven't even begun. Will you stay and join us?
No, thank you, I've already eaten. Pat, obviously this isn't a good time to talk. I'll get in touch with you later. What do you want to talk to Pat about? I really think that's between her and me.
Tony, please.
I thought maybe the three of us could solve our problem.
I don't think we have any problems in common.
Yeah, we do. We have one. Our guilt and our grief. I just thought that maybe we could help each other because we all love Brian very much. Don't what? Don't ever mention his name again?
If Pat wants it that way, yes.
Pat, Brian is gone. But you have your life. And I have mine and he has his. And maybe we can help each other instead of being isolated. So, Pat, get down over here. Take it easy now. Sit down.
All right.
Sit down here now. Take it easy. I'm sorry,
There you are, you little rascal. Now, if you just move these, I can get to you. I suppose some people might consider that cheating, but... Oh, Harvey, are you watching? Well, look, this is all right. Look, I just want to move this 5 and the 4 from here to there. And it's a very small thing, Harvey. You would consider it cheating, huh? Yeah, well, technically, I suppose you're right, but... Harvey, have I ever told you, sometimes you make things very difficult. Richard, I don't care what you say. 2 weeks is not enough time.
What do you want more time for, Vic? I mean, I don't see any reason to wait any longer. Give me some good logical reasons, and maybe I'll change my mind. Hi, Mrs. Hopkins. Would you please talk some sense into this girl here?
Don't wake everybody up in the house. Anyway, Miss Hopkins doesn't know what we're fighting about.
Hey, Until we get the details settled.
Well, I'm not sure. I want to know. He's just teasing you, Miss Hopkins. I know what he's doing, Becky.
Mrs. Hopkins, we have some good news for you and some bad news for you. Now, what would you like to hear first?
Frankly, my dear, I just don't give a damn.
Well, okay, in that case, I'll give you the good news first because it's much more important. Go on, Becky, tell her.
Miss Hopkins? You see what's happened? Miss Hopkins, could I have your attention, please? You may, if you're sure you're ready. I'm sure. Well, what's happened is... Richard's asked me to marry him, and I said I would. Oh, Becky, I don't believe it. Oh, baby, I am so happy for you. Oh, I was hoping you would be. You know I am.
Hey, how about me? You happy for me, too?
Oh, surely I am. Oh, Richard, bless you. Oh, bless you both. Oh, bless you both. Oh, isn't it silly? I mean, here I am. I'm starting to cry over something so happy. Well, okay, now tell me now, when did you decide? All I can say is it's about time. Now tell me all the details. Have you set a date?
Oh, yeah.
Well, which is it?
Well, that's the bad news, Mrs. Hopkins. I haven't been able to pin down Becky on a date.
What? He thinks that a girl can just go out and get her trousseau and her wedding gown just overnight.
Well, I'm going to give her 2 weeks, Mrs. Hopkins. Don't you think that's enough time to get ready?
2 weeks is not enough time.
Why not?
You're just going to have to take my word for it, Richard.
See that, Mrs. Hopkins? We're not even married yet, and already she's telling me I have to
All right,
take her
just
word.
wait a minute. Just wait a minute, my children. You'll excuse me. I'm going into the kitchen. I have a feeling you're going to work out this difference much better without me in the room. Becky, I want to look through the kitchen and see if I have anything that would be appropriate for a betrothal toast.
That stuff you put in the sassafras tea would be just fine, Mrs. Hopkins.
I think maybe I have a little cream de menthe left over from Christmas. Ethan gave me a bottle.
Okay, where were we?
Richard, you might think this is funny, but it's serious. Gotta give me more time.
Well, how much more time?
I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
Well, what's the figure?
Will you stop pushing me? She'll leave me alone. Give me a chance to work things out. Larry, have a hard day?
What? Wait a second, I'll be right out.
I said, did you have a hard day?
Scale of what?
Oh, say about, 1 to 10?
Oh, about an 8.5.
Oh, poor baby. Is that bad?
Well, Mama said there'd be days like this. A new robe?
Like it?
Yeah, it's very pretty here. Seems you've got a lot of new clothes since I last saw you. Should I start ducking when the bills come in?
No, there won't be any bills.
What'd you do, take up shoplifting?
No, actually, Dorian, was cleaning out a couple of her closets, and she and I are about the same height, and she said that, I could take anything I wanted.
Looks brand new.
It is, practically. I have a feeling Dorian's one of those people who goes on shopping spree. She's pretty lonely when she has nothing else to do.
Well, I guess she's got a lot of money. She give you that, too?
No. I got this with, always left over the household money.
Sort of a present for yourself?
No. Present for you.
It's very nice.
I'll try that again with a little more enthusiasm.
Well, I'm sorry, honey. You look great in it, really, but, I'm kind of pushed.
Oh, in other words, get out the gray flannel nightgown and shut up. Mm-hmm. Hey, are you really tired? You just feel it's going to compromise your integrity. Well, your integrity will be compromised. Oh. All right, well, I guess everybody's entitled to beg off every once in a while.
Look, Karen, I just don't want us to...
Break back into the old patterns. I know. But, job at the clinic and cut herself out of Larry's life as completely as she can.
Which means he'll be out of hers. Unless he takes some positive step.
Well, I'll have to admit that would be a little difficult for him to do now that he and Karen are back together.
Are they really, dear? I mean, I know that they're living under the same roof, but are they really back together again?
All I know is that Larry feels that he has to try to restore some of Karen's emotional stability and self-regard after the terrible experience she had.
Well, of course. I can understand that.
But where it can lead from there?
I'm sure that Karen's going to try to make it lead somewhere.
I think you're right.
Which leaves Cathy alone. Again.
I tried to get her to stay over tonight, not to go back to that empty house in the mood she was in, but, you know, Cathy, she thinks it's important to face a problem right then and there, and not to look for a soft place to fall.
Well, of course, that's all well and good, dear. But I really think that she's being unnecessarily noble and unselfish. I mean, there's really no reason for her to cut herself out of Larry's life completely.
Except if it is such torture for her to be with him now that it seems hopeless for the two of them.
Now, I can't help wondering if Cathy is going to go through the rest of her life this way, getting to a point where she can almost reach out and touch some little bit of fulfillment, only to have it pulled away from her. You said you thought you were able to convince her not to do anything until she talked to Will Vernon.
I think so.
Well, honey, do you think it might be a good idea if I somehow contrive to see her and talk to her about it? No. I'm sure that you said everything that had to be said.
Darling, she is a big girl.
Yeah. I'm afraid that's a fact of which her father has to be reminded every now and again.
I think he does very well.
In the last analysis, really, what difference would it make? Because if Larry does go back with Karen and stays with her...
Everything's happening too fast. I mean, 2 weeks, a month, I just ain't gonna be ready.
Now, darling, can I help you anyway?
No.
Well, no, I just meant, it's a matter of getting your wedding gown together and making any of the arrangements.
I'm sorry, Miss Hopkins. I need to thank you for offering. The problem is, it's me that won't be ready.
Oh, Becky, now what does that mean? Darling, surely you've known Richard long enough. I mean, you don't have any doubts about your feelings towards him?
No.
Or his towards you?
No.
Then why is it you have to wait a while? As a matter of fact, why did you accept his proposal if you have reservations of any kind?
I couldn't turn him down. I love him too much. I don't want to hurt him.
Now listen, darling. What you should do is you go to Richard and you give him the reasons that you want to wait.
I can't.
Why? Because you know he won't accept?
I just can't.
I see. Okay, Becky. What are you going to do?
Oh, I don't know. I think that I gotta talk to somebody first before I can decide.
Talk to somebody?
Yeah, like a lawyer. I mean, somebody who I know won't say anything about what I tell them. Somebody I can trust.
Now listen, Becky, I have the faintest glimmering what your problem is. But I have been married, so I know about that. And let me tell you something. If you can't discuss your problem with your husband...
You just don't understand what I'm talking about. You don't know what it is that I gotta work out. I can work it out.
Well, why can't you tell me? Becky, surely after all this time, you can trust me, right?
And then afterwards we're going to go and have lunch somewhere. It's all very informal. We'd be delighted to have you join us, Pat.
Well, Viki, I would love to.
There was a but there. Uh-huh. Well, now you see, the problem is I really have a million things to do around here. Like what?
Well, like the house cleaning.
Well, let it go. How much dust gets collected one day?
Well, no, you still have to do the food shopping, too.
Oh, good, so do I. We'll stop by the supermarket on our way back from lunch, okay? What else?
Look, Viki, I really don't think that I'm ready for this yet. I mean, just the idea of facing all of those people.
Pat, dear Pat, you will be among friends. You know most of the people in this group. Anna, Ethel Clark.
It's Jimmy's mother, isn't it?
That's right.
Jimmy was Brian's best friend.
I'm aware of that.
Well, don't you see? I mean, all I have to do is set eyes on his mother. Look, Viki, I really think that, maybe you better try another time.
Okay.
You're angry.
No, I'm not angry. I'm very concerned about you.
Well, there is no need to be. Because I am really feeling better. And I think that I am finally starting to adjust.
Pat, barricading yourself in your house is not adjusting. Look, I'm not going to push you this time. But I warn you, I'll keep on trying.
Well, please do. Really? Goodbye, Viki.
Goodbye.
Tony, hi. What a nice
Viki?
surprise.
Hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, not at all. Come on in. I was just on the phone.
It's Pat.
How on earth did you know that?
Yes, it was Pat. I was trying to get her to go someplace with me.
She turned you down.
Afraid so.
I wish I could help. But you saw what happened here last night. Actually, that's the reason that I stopped by. I wanted to apologize for any embarrassment that I might have caused you or Joe.
Tony, don't apologize. I'm glad you came by, and I'm glad you raised the issues.
Yeah, for all the good it did. I mean, you saw the way that Paul could comfort her. I couldn't do anything. Oh, what's so funny about that?
You called him Paul.
Yeah, so what?
You always called him Kendall.
Oh, did I?
Hmm.
I never noticed. Well, I guess that's one thing that I have squared away in my mind. I guess I figure that he's just trying to protect what's his. What he thinks is his, anyway. I don't know, Viki. It just seems that I have all my anger focused down on just one thing.
That Brian died without knowing that you were his father.
And I can't do a damn thing about it.
Tony, is it that important? It may seem easy for an outsider to say that, but is it?
No, you're right. I try to convince myself of that. I mean, if there is a life after this one, then Brian must know, right? It's just that my other side, I get so damn mad. I had so many opportunities to tell that boy.
Wish there was something I could say.
I know. But actually, I can't expect too much sympathy from you, considering whose side you're on.
Whose side I'm on?
Well, you invited Kendall in here for dinner last night.
Tony, for heaven's sakes, will you stop that? I am concerned about Pat. That's why I asked Paul to come over here. That's also why I've been over to ask you to do everything you possibly can. Tony, I am not overstating this. If Pat doesn't snap out of this soon, she is going to fall apart completely, and as her best friend, I'm going to do my damnedest to see that that does not happen. Tony, despite what you saw here last night, Pat is still very much in love with you, and you two belong together. But unless she can overcome her grief, and you can overcome your pride, none of that is liable to happen.
Good morning, Mrs. Hopkins. May I come in?
Of course. But if you're looking for Becky, she went to work over an hour ago.
Oh, that's why I came now. I wanted to talk to you about Becky while she wasn't here.
If you want my opinion of why she's dragging her feet about your wedding, Richard, I have no more idea than you do.
No. I didn't think you'd be able to budge her on that. The only way I'm going to get through that with her is the old left jab routine.
Huh?
Well, you know, like in boxing, Mrs. Hopkins.
Richard, I haven't been actually in the ring in several years. But if you lay a glove on that girl, I'm going to
Come
come
on,
out of
Mrs. Hopkins. I just need your help. To keep Becky on her present course. Mrs. Hopkins, she loves you. She listens to you. I need all the help I can get. How about it?
I'm sorry things didn't work out for you last night, Paul.
Well, that's all right, Joe. I know you and Viki did everything you could.
Most, you and Pat left, she seemed pretty upset.
Sure was. I think that if Tony hadn't walked in then... Well, I guess that's not fair. What's happening to Pat isn't his fault.
It's nobody's fault, Paul.
Well, maybe not, Joe, but something sure as hell has got to be done about it. I tell you, Joe, it's all I have to do to leave the house in the morning knowing that she's there alone, surrounded by Brian's memories, and using that place as a hideout from reality. You know what really worries me? That I'm going to come home some afternoon and find her sitting by the window, waiting for Brian to step off that school bus. Now, she is headed for that, Joe, just as sure as we are sitting at these desks. Come in.
Oh, Edwina has the most marvelous idea. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything.
You already have, Dorian.
It's all right, Dorian, go ahead.
Well, would you be willing to go to New York for a few days?
Magazine business, Dorian.
Yes, It's what we discussed yesterday.
Oh, yes, that. Well, let you get on with it. I'll talk to you later, Paul.
Right. Thanks, Joe.
Paul, does the name Jack Scott mean anything to you?
Vaguely familiar.
Dr. Jack Scott.
Oh, yeah, the heart surgeon, right?
Right, the one at Manhattan General. Well, I'm trying to get him to come here. You see, the chief of surgery in our department retired last year, and ever since then we've been trying to find the right person for that job.
Ooh, he's a little bit high-powered for Landview, isn't he?
I know, that's why we're having trouble persuading him, but Edwina has come up with a marvelous idea that just might do the trick. It's really kind of a stroking operation, combined with a good article for the magazine. See, I thought we could go to New York and interview him and do a whole story and picture spread on him, with him as the star, because I understand he has this tremendous ego. So, hopefully, he'll be so flattered by the attention that he'll listen more sympathetically when Dorian and her board of trustees give their final pitch. But, Paul, I certainly would understand if you're reluctant to go right now because of your situation at home.
Well, actually, I think, okay, when do we leave?
You leave it?
Well, why not? I mean, I can do the interview, and you can work with the photographer and the hospital staff and do the background.
That's if you can stand playing second fiddle. It's an honor to play second fiddle to Mr. Kendall. And I can be ready anytime you are, Paul.
Wake up.
What? You're already dressed.
I'm already dressed. I've been to the hospital. I treated some patients. I thought you were supposed to be at the clinic. 9 o'clock?
What time is it? Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I must have turned off the alarm when I was in my sleep or something. Listen, I'll get dressed. It'll take me just a few minutes. Call Cathy. Tell her I'm on my way.
Not sure Kathy's there.
Why not? Why wouldn't she be?
Well, she mentioned yesterday she was thinking of resigning.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know. Well, she wanted to be a full-time writer.
Oh. Well, she's going to desert us already?
No, she wouldn't do that. Here, maybe she's there. I'll call her. Will you be about 15, 20 minutes? Hello, Kat. Larry. Listen, Karen overslept again this morning, so she'll be about, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. What's going on down there? You're kidding. Well, listen, give the guy a message for me. You tell him if he gives you a hard time, he's going to answer to me for it. And you tell him something else. I want those lab reports first thing in the morning. No failure, all right? No, I'm sorry. Yes, I will leave it to you to tell it all to him in your own inimitable diplomatic manner.
Hi, Dana. Oh, hi, Viki. You're looking nice today. Thanks. Same old dress I've been wearing since I started working here. It's something different. Never mind. I hear you're seeing Richard again. Yeah. You two are so off again, on again. I can't keep you straight without a program. Honestly, though, I don't know how you stand it. Richard is so faultless. Richard hasn't done nothing. Anything. That, too. But you never can tell how he's going to feel from one day to the next. I know, believe me. And he always loves to play Henry Higgins. Who? You know, the character from Pygmalion. My Fair Lady. You know, the man who tried to change the little Cockney girl into a lady. Oh, yeah. I saw that movie on television. Yes, well, that's Richard. Oh, he does it with the best intentions, of course. You know, trying to make people over. But the trouble is that once he feels like he's accomplished it, he tends to get terribly bored. Oh, yes. I've seen it happen at Princeton time and again. Excuse me, Becky.
Next, on General Hospital, Gail discovers Monica's affair with Greg.
Incredible deception. Making love to my husband behind my back, right there is my fault. You are just a scheming little seductress, without a care in the world for anything or anybody but satisfying your own appetite.
General Hospital, next.
Watch today, right after One Life to Live.
Well, there you are. You know, I've been looking all over for you. Tell me, are you now sharing this office with Paul? No, Paul will be with our lawyer all afternoon. He did give me permission to use the office door. Because unlike some people around here, Paul is aware how claustrophobic it gets working in those tiny little windowless cubicles like the one I've been assigned. My, but aren't we touchy today? Sorry. Are you having second thoughts about this trip to New York? No. I'm just wondering if it's a good time for me to be away. Well, if the office needs to reach you, they can certainly find out. Oh, I'm thinking about a personal problem. A personal problem. And could the personal problem's initials be R.A.? What's the matter? Hasn't he been giving you enough attention? I haven't even been seeing him. No, we do pass each other in the halls now and then. All right, then, this trip to New York could be the best thing for you. Out of sight, out of mind. But that's just what I'm afraid of. No, for you, not for Richard. For Richard, we have another adage. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You certainly are full of helpful little bromides today, aren't you? That's right, and I've got another one. Come on, we are going shopping. What for? Well, for anything that strikes our fancy. And it'll go on my charge. First time all day there hasn't been somebody in the waiting room. Nice. First time all day I have sat down. I didn't even get a chance to apologize to you for this morning. For what? Well, for making you hold the fort all alone. I don't know. I guess I just forgot to set the alarm clock. It's all right, Karen. Don't worry about it. Oh, I guess I was just exhausted and all, you know, being back with Larry. Oh, Larry mentioned to me that you may be quitting. Going to be doing your writing full-time or something? Well, we talked about it. Oh, don't worry about it. I understand. Creative people. Takes up all your time and energy. Oh, listen, I don't want you to think that I'm blowing my own horn, but I really think I could take over for you here. Let's just take off the rest of this afternoon, and you can brief me on the stuff that I don't know. Well, that wouldn't really be necessary. Oh, thank you. I'm really flattered that you think I don't need any briefing. No, it's just that I've decided to continue with the job. At least for a little while.
May I help you, sir?
I'm just looking. I'm expecting a friend to meet me here. Momentarily.
Richard! I found it. It was in the middle drawer of her dresser. I had a terrible feeling Becky had worn that to work this morning.
Thank you, Mrs. Hopkins. We're in business. Okay, I think we're ready now. I would like to see a diamond engagement ring.
Very good, sir. Would you like it in a gold or a platinum mounting?
Show me something of both.
And about what size did you have in mind?
The biggest you have. Within reason.
This is a very nice little number.
Little?
Well, 2 carats.
How much is that?
2,200.
Oh. Garish. Just something more tasteful.
As you wish, sir.
Look who's here. Now, isn't that a good stroke of luck? Go on, say hello to him. I'll just browse him. What do you mean? Can't you see what he's looking at?
This is a very nice little stone, one of our most popular engagement numbers. Just over 1 carat.
Richard?
Oh, is Richard buying you a ring, Mrs. Hopkins?
Oh, no. It's for Becky, an engagement ring.
Becky and I are going to be married.
Oh, really? How amazing.
Tell me, Edwina, if you were going to get married, would you like that for an engagement ring?
It's lovely. Well, I don't know. I think that looks a little small, don't you?
Well, if you pay me more, I'll be able to buy a bigger one.
Oh, I think we pay you adequately, Richard. Seeing as how you like to use company time to shop.
Well, sometimes, just like you and Edwina.
Dorian asked me to accompany her, Richard.
Well, Richard asked me to accompany him.
All right. Tell me, when is this wedding? Dorian, don't you think we should be going
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks to that little country girl for till death do us part, right? It's really amazing.
Well, you said that already, Dorian. Why don't you just congratulate me and have done?
Because it wouldn't be honest of me, Richard. I think you're making a dreadful mistake. I think Richard is a grown man. He can make his own decisions. And if he thinks that Becky will make him happier than any other woman in the world, then I think he should marry her. It's certainly very generous of you.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to be happy, all right. I'm going to be the one who gives them their 50th anniversary party, if I live that long, of course.
Dorian, don't you think we should go? Yes, of course. Well, goodbye, and good luck, Richard.
Thank you. Take care, Edwina. Oh, what are you so happy about? You hear those cracks Dorian was making?
Oh, yes, but what I heard also was the things that Edwina wasn't saying. My dear, didn't you see her just standing there getting green with envy? Is Richard buying you a ring, Mrs. Hopkins? I couldn't have planned it better myself.
So, have you decided about the ring, sir?
Are you? I think so. I don't know what to do. Neither do I. Oh, I'm going to be an aunt. Aunt Sam. Aunt Sam? That doesn't sound very good. Oh, well. Oh, my gosh. Dad's going to be a grandfather? Grandpa. Oh, my God. My handsome dad will call him Grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll love it. I'm so glad he and Brad worked everything out so we can be a real family. Oh, come on. Sit down, Teddy. Okay. Tell me, how did Brad react to this? Oh, he was delighted. As long as it's a boy. Oh, of course. You know, the air and all that. Oh, God. Did he name him yet? Oh, I don't know about a name, but he's already made him a tennis pro. Oh, I can't wait to tell Dad. Sam, could you not tell your father just yet? Why not? Well, we're not sure yet. You know, I don't want to get his hopes up. Well, your hopes are certainly up. Well, still. Okay, whatever you want. Okay. Well, when are you going to find out? I made an appointment at the hospital for Saturday, so... Oh, gosh, you call me immediately and tell me, okay? I certainly will, as soon as I call Brad. Oh, I have to be going. Oh, all right. Will you remind Brad about that appointment? I sure will. Champion? I will not let him miss 6 o'clock, okay? Right. Bye-bye. Good luck. Good luck. Well, thank you. Oh, well.
Sure. I feel that the best thing that Larry and I could do right now is have a child.
Does Larry feel the same way?
I don't know, he hasn't said so in so many words, but I can tell. You know, there are just some things that you don't have to talk about. You know what I mean? What's the matter, Cathy? Don't you think it's a good idea?
Well, Karen, I don't exactly have any say in the matter, do I?
I just get the feeling that you don't approve.
Karen, what do you want? I mean, approve or don't approve, that doesn't have anything to do with it. This is the kind of decision that you and Larry have to make.
Yes, but I wanted a woman's opinion, and since I know you believe in motherhood, no matter what the circumstances, I just thought you'd be a little bit more enthusiastic.
Karen, when I was pregnant, it was an accident, not a decision. Yes, of course I believe in motherhood. Depending on the circumstances, even if it's an unwed mother. But under other circumstances, I think it's the worst thing a couple could do to have a child, marriage or no marriage.
Well, what about these circumstances?
Well, I think it's been proven time and time again that to have a child in order to save a marriage just makes for a very unhappy child. Because the parents aren't any closer. They're just more unhappy because they're more trapped.
Well, what if the couple has already become closer? What if the marriage has already been saved? A child would complement that marriage, wouldn't it?
Larry, sweetheart. Hello, Larry. Cathy and I were just talking, and she said she's thinking of staying on.
with his homework, and I'd make you dinner, and that way when you get home, we can have a nice family evening.
It's fine. Thank you.
Okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
I love you. Oh, goodbye, Cathy. It was really nice to talk with you. I'll talk to you tomorrow, dear.
Cathy.
Charlie, if you don't mind, I would really rather not to discuss it.
I like to see you like this. You're upset.
All right, yes, I'm upset. Because I'm here. And I knew yesterday that I shouldn't be here, but I was fool enough to come back.
Come on, don't say that. We need you, Cathy.
Yes, I know.
With Karen? I mean, Karen, look, she doesn't mean to behave like that.
Larry, do you really believe that? Well, I think it's quite the contrary. I think that Karen knows exactly what she's saying and doing all the time. What right do I have to analyze Karen? Or to argue with you about it? I mean, after all, you know her. And you are the one who's living with her.
Yes, Dorothy. I'm still at the free clinic. I'll finish in about 15 minutes. I won't be coming back to the office. Look, would you do me a favor? Would you call my service and tell them that if there are any emergency calls, that I can be reached at Landfair? Yes, Dorian Lord's number. Right. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Cathy. Well. Did Cathy leave?
Yeah, a few minutes ago.
Did she... You okay with that? No, not really. Did you know that Cathy resigned from here yesterday? No. No, I didn't. How come? She didn't bring it up in one of your sessions?
Larry, you know I can't say what goes on in the sessions.
Well, I'm in love with Cathy. And I think she loves me too. You didn't know about that? I'm sorry, I won't press. It's just that yesterday, you see, Cathy wanted to resign, and today apparently she's reconsidering it.
And?
Well, she shouldn't resign, Will. I mean, aside from how I feel about her, we need her here. She's important. I felt, if you could talk to her, inasmuch as she is seemingly reconsidering it.
Larry, how are things going with Karen? I mean, at home?
On the surface, perfect. I've got the perfect wife. At home, at work, she's here helping me, assisting me with the work, dedicated to the work, the lives.
What about under the surface?
Believe any of it. Well, not all of it, anyway. I mean, no one can just turn around like that overnight, right? I mean, especially as much as Karen's trying to prove that she can. As much as you're trying to accept it. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I smile and I nod my head and I'm the perfect husband, except what? Except I don't feel anything. Well, I haven't made love to Karen. I haven't even tried.
Aren't you attracted to her anymore?
No, that's not it. I mean, if anything, the core of our relationship's always been the physical part. See, before we have a fight and then try and settle things in bed. And I don't want to do that again. I just don't think it settles anything.
Yes, but on the other hand, to completely abstain.
I know. I don't want to relive that old pattern. Also, there's how I feel about Cathy.
Do you want your marriage to work?
Yeah. I mean, a part of me does. Well, I believe in marriage. I respect it. I always have. And I do want Karen and me to get back together, to turn things around, and who knows, even become lovers again.
Well, then, of course, you know that you can't sustain a marriage by role-playing or together. I mean, if you completely draw away from the sexual part of your marriage, aren't you doing exactly what you claim that Karen is doing? I mean, just covering up the surface of it?
So, anyway, I told him that if we became dissatisfied, that I'd give him a call.
Well, you could have said that over the phone.
Yeah, so we both know who we're dealing with, don't we?
So, looks like you should be going pretty soon, huh?
Huh?
To see Father Campion for your religious instruction.
Oh, no, is that today?
Yes, it is, and I don't think you could miss it again. Especially since your pregnant wife came by to remind you.
Well, Jenny, did she tell you? Did she say that she was sure?
No, she doesn't know yet.
Good.
What does that mean?
Well, it means I've still got a chance that she's not.
Oh, I see. I mean, does that mean that you're still the fun-loving guy who always vowed that no woman would ever tie him down with a bunch of brats? Because, of course, those brats would keep him from all his wonderful fun. Is that it?
You got it. Look, Sam, come on, how long have we been married? Just a few months, right?
Right.
All right, well, it's too soon.
Well, what are you going to do, Brad? Are you going to try to persuade her to have an abortion?
Of course not. Don't be silly. Besides, I couldn't if I wanted to. I'm not that stupid.
No, you're not that stupid. So what's your brilliant plan? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Wait. Hope.
Pray. You forgot about pray, Brad.
Look, Sam, I don't like your tone, and I don't like your attitude. It's my life.
No, it's not. It is your life, and it is Jenny's life. And you knew when you married her that she was Catholic and she wanted children.
Well, I'm not saying I don't. I do. But it just isn't time yet.
Brad, it looks like there's a very good possibility that in less than 9 months it's going to happen, okay?
All right. Have a child, and that's it.
Man, you're my brother, and I love you. I really do, but sometimes you really scare me with your ability to be so deceptive. All the lies, all the secrets, it comes so easily to you. Oh, it's just times like these that I just feel that you could do anything. And that really makes me wonder if I know you at all. Certainly was cold out today, wasn't it? Glad to be home where it was warm. Yes. Well, why don't you make yourself a drink? Can I get you one? No, thanks. I don't need one. Well, I certainly do. And I'm making no bones about it. Damn it, I just don't know when I've been so humiliated and angry. Listen, I think the only thing that you can do for yourself is to just accept it. For some reason, he wants that little hick. Now, I don't know what you can do about it. I am never going to accept that. Oh, but I think about Marco Zane and how he just happened to skip town when Becky and Richard got together. Well, that's because he realizes that he's welcome absolutely nowhere in Landview. There's got to be something I can do. Oh, Adrina, I wish there was something that I could do for you, but I just don't see what. Maybe there is something. Richard's mother is your late husband's half-sister, right? Yes, but I've never even met her. That doesn't matter. You're still in the same family. You could just drop Mrs. Abbott a note and say that Richard was about to do something very unfortunate. He was about to marry someone of the wrong kind. And in your fantasy, you think that she will come from Europe and make Richard not marry Becky. Yes. You must really be desperate, Edwina, because you're really deluding yourself. Why? Why? Because of the kind of person that Richard is. He has complete contempt for authority. We both know that by the way he behaves around me. And also, Richard is the kind of person that when he wants something, he doesn't stop until he gets it. Now, with those two characteristics of his, do you really think he's the type of man that's going to let his mother decide who he'll marry? No, of course not. No. So like I said before, you just must accept the inevitable. Dorian, for someone who goes to the ends of the earth to get what she wants, I'm really surprised that you think I would stop. Oh, I just hate to see you keep throwing yourself against a brick wall. But we're not at the brick wall stage yet. There is a mystery in Becky's past. One that she doesn't want anyone in the world to know, not even Richard. And it's that mystery that's going to stand in the way of the inevitable. Then you have to find out exactly what that is. And I swear to you, Dorian, I will. Edwina, I hate to seem unsympathetic in your time of need, but don't pour another drink. Yes, you see, I have to get some things ready for this evening. Are you going out? No, I'm staying in, but I'm having some people over for dinner. I certainly would have you stay, too, but it's going to be a rather difficult evening. Oh, well, don't worry about me, Dorian. I have to go over and see Ed Hall later on business. Really? What kind of business? The Jack Scott story. Oh, yes, that's right. He went to school with Jack, didn't he? Yes. Why is this going to be such a difficult evening? Or is that personal? Well, it is personal, but it's certainly not anything that you don't already know about. It's that I'm having Will Vernon and my sister and Peter over for dinner, so the whole night will be sort of like tiptoeing over eggshells. I'm surprised you're having Peter and Melinda. Isn't that sort of like throwing them together? Well, they're all together a lot anyway, so they might as well be together here instead of someplace alone. Oh, yeah, the old, well, if you're going to drink and smoke, we'd rather you do it at home, routine, as parents with kids. Yes, I suppose so. Come on, Dorian, that can't be the only reason you're having them here. Well, I suppose that's true. It's just that I realize that the combination of Melinda and Peter's absurd. And in the long run, it's impossible. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure they're both aware of that. And all this you're doing out of sisterly love. Yes. You are wonderful, Dorian. Such strategy. But it's true, it's not strategy. I really do love my sister and Peter. Well, I know that, but Dorian. And I also happen to know what is best for my sister, and I want her to get it. But in this particular case, Peter Jensen is not the best thing for her. Oh, who is he the best thing for? Peter, I'm so sorry.
It's beginning to get a little worried about you.
Well, I got stuck in traffic, and then my bus broke down, and I just thought it would take forever till another one came along.
Were you shopping?
Yes, I bought some music. I'm amazed at the way prices have gone up since I last bought it.
I know exactly what you mean. The price of paperback books goes up faster than I can read them.
Well, I guess I should be getting ready.
Yeah. You don't look very happy about it, though.
No. I was trying to hide it, but I don't think I can. Actually, I am dreading tonight.
I think what you're probably dreading is seeing Dorian tonight.
Well, I just keep wondering what is going on in her mind. I mean, what can she be up to inviting us together?
I gotta tell you, I wondered about the same thing, but I choose to believe that for once Dorian is just being realistic. She knows we're seeing each other, and she's just accepted it.
You know, there was a time when I thought Dorian was the most realistic person in the world. But then that's when I depended on her for my own sense of reality. It wasn't until later, in the sanitarium, when I realized just how distorted it really was.
Well, she's been in therapy for a while now, and hopefully some change is happening.
Oh, I want to believe that, Peter. It's especially important to me that she learn that she has to let other people lead their own lives. But I have had absolutely no evidence of that. She has done nothing but try to manipulate me since she had me thrown out of the sanitarium.
Hey, she has learned that she can't manipulate you because you haven't allowed her to. And so she's going to accept it. And therefore us.
No. My instincts tell me that it's just not that simple. I mean, maybe it's just my fear telling me because of our past relationship. But I just can't shake it, Peter. I just can't shake my fear of it.
Hey, look, I understand. I mean, I really do. But you don't have to be afraid tonight, because I'm going to be there with you.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Richard, darling, I know you're dying to get back to the engagement ring. a minute. You know something? Seems to me that she mentioned she was going to call you at 9 o'clock, right? Well, darling, it's hardly 6:30. Well, I tell you what. If 9 o'clock comes and goes and she hasn't called you, then I will get concerned with you, okay? But now, I'm going to hang up. And Richard, I suggest you do the same. Otherwise, it's going to be a very boring conversation for you. Good night, dear.
Was that Richard?
Thought so. Yeah. And I did what you told me to. I lied to him. I didn't enjoy it very much.
I'm sorry, Miss Hopkins. It was just a little lie, though. You don't think he's going to come over here, do you?
No, I think he's going to stay cool until 9 o'clock. But then you're going to have to call him.
Good. But knowing Richard, he's probably going to come barging over here anyway.
And if he does, we will introduce Lionel as my nephew, which he is. We'll just leave out that part about his being a lawyer.
But he'll get it out of him. He'll even get it out of him that he's coming here to talk to me. Oh, I don't know, Miss Hopkins. I don't think I better see your nephew.
Now listen, Becky, I can tell by that look on your face. You are worried over something besides Richard possibly showing up.
Well, I'm having second thoughts about it.
Becky, I want to tell you that my patience with you is really wearing a bit thin. Now, you told me that you needed to talk to a lawyer, right? A lawyer you could trust. And my nephew, as a favor to me, is coming over here to do just that.
Yeah, I know, but
And furthermore, I have done all this on just dumb, blind faith. I didn't even try to get you to tell me the reason you have to see a lawyer. I made the appointment with Lionel before I even asked you.
Well, that's because you knew it wouldn't do any good.
Nevertheless, I have done for you 2 favors today. I am producing Lionel, and I have lied to Richard. Now, if you are starting to get nervous about what you have to say to a lawyer, then all I can say is tough noogie.
That's just it, Miss Hopkins. I'm real nervous about it, and I'm scared.
Well, as I said before, my dear, it is too bad. The thing is, Becky, I am not God, and thus I can't see into your little head. I don't know what it is that's scaring you. And also, I'm not blessed with his infinite patience. So please, I don't want you to sit there and make cow eyes and do your startled fawn act unless you're willing to open up and tell me what this is about.
Did you know Jack starts to come? No, all I know about him is what I read about him and see on television, which, believe me, is enough.
Well, why do you say that, Clara?
Oh, because he comes across as so arrogant, which I don't particularly care for. Oh, but it's based on sound achievements. Did you find an argument? You know that?
Well, always quite a presence, like he knew he was something special. But that didn't bother me.
Were you good friends or just acquaintances?
They were good friends. Although I don't think he was too close with anybody, really. I mean, he was always so busy doing things. I mean, other than studying. Yeah, right. Like, he was a class president, he was a big-time athlete, he was on the debating team.
Oh, amazing. He got through med school with all that going on.
Well, you see, that's the point. I mean, he was ambitious, but he had the brains and a sense of organization to carry the whole thing on.
And now you're going to add to his reputation by doing a cover story on it? Well, he certainly has flash. And he's newsworthy because he's a heart surgeon. And Dorian wants to land him for Landview Hospital.
Oh.
Well, do me a favor. Next time when you see him, tell him I said hello, will you?
Sure. I wonder if the great Dr. Scott will deign to remember you. Oh, I'm so glad you both could make it this evening. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Good. We're both looking forward to it.
Good. You know, Melinda, I just want you to relax and enjoy the peace and quiet of this house. I'm sure after 6 nights in that awfully noisy supper club, you could use it. Well, it really doesn't bother me that much, Dorian. Really. You seem, well, I don't know, pale and a little edgy.
Excuse me, Dorian. As a doctor, I can assure you that Lynn's feeling just fine. Thanks.
Well, let's sit down and chat, shall we? Mm-hmm. Peter, why don't you make the drinks for us?
Sure, Dorian. What would you like?
Oh, I think I'll have a little scotch on the rocks.
How about you?
Nothing for me, thanks. Really, Melinda? I think a little drink might relax you a bit. You seem rather tense. All right, I'll just have a little sherry. lot, in fact. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Now, I realize you'd probably rather play Chopin or Bach, but at least you're playing the piano, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Well, yes, that's how I felt about it. Well,
That's actually how we both felt about it.
Well, it just sometimes takes me a little while to accept things. Especially when I don't think they're in the best interest for Melinda, but obviously that's what she wants. Also, I guess that you still prefer living at the rooming house. Yes, it's very comfortable. It's hardly luxurious.
Yes, but it's very comfortable.
And everyone's very nice. Oh, how is everybody? Fine. Oh, Peter, I didn't tell you Becky and Richard are going to get married.
Hey, that's terrific.
Do you really think so?
Well, sure, they're both nuts about each other.
I know, but when two people as opposite as they are, I mean, how can that kind of relationship survive? Oh, well, I suppose it's very difficult to realize why people like each other or that kind of thing. I mean, I guess chemistry has no logic to it.
Not very often.
Come to think of it, that reminds me of the time that you developed that mad crush on Larry Wolek. I was very young then, Doria, I know, but you told me this is the romance of the century. Now, have you seen him since you've been back? No, I haven't. Is that because you've been embarrassed too?
Why, Lynn really hasn't had time to see many people, and I don't think that it's pertinent.
Well, it really doesn't matter. Oh, that must be Will. Anyway, I really don't know what kind of relationship Larry has right now. It's probably not very solid, so if you still like to see him again... No, I wouldn't.
So, how are things with you, Dory?
Hi.
Oh, hi, Will. Good to see you.
I'm sorry I was held up briefly. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Will. Lynn.
Dr. Vernon, I didn't realize that you were coming.
Pretty good dance. Your partner's lousy. You have a good time?
I'm doing it.
Oh, come on, I gotta do that thing. Come on.
Oh, come on. That's because you fight it. You just gotta let your body take over. Just let your body move through it. No, come on, try.
I'd rather not really.
You know, you're just impossible. Now, I'm trying to change. At least you can do is try to change a little bit. Come on, you might even enjoy it. Come on. Come on, bump with me. Bump. That's right. All right. That's good. Yeah. Hey, that's terrific.
All right, wait a minute.
That was wonderful. That was good.
Self-conscious, I know I showed.
Oh, yeah, well, a little bit, but I think that a little bit. But I think if we went to a discotheque and we spent the evening there, you'd probably really get into it.
Maybe.
Oh, Larry, buddy feels so good.
Listen, Karen,
Come on. Just let your mind go. Just let your body take over. I never used to have to tell you to do that before. Come on. What's the matter now?
I don't know.
I do. I'm here on a sort of home trial basis.
No.
Sort of if you approve of me, if I'm good, maybe you'll keep me around. Maybe you'll make love to me, but if I fail, then you're just going to throw me out.
Hey, Karen.
on General Hospital.
How can you feel one thing and say another?
Katie's feelings for Mark are tearing her apart.
Now, when the time comes for us to be together, it has to be right.
It may be too late for us.
And Heather is torn with guilt and wants Diana to know the truth about her baby.
Maybe I have to tell them before it's too late. Well, the reason I'm calling is...
General Hospital, next. Watch today right after One Life to Live.
Well, you know, I really hate to admit it, but I think you make better lemon meringue pie now than I do these days.
You're kidding.
No, sad but true. And I am not even going to try to make any anymore.
Are you sure you're not just trying to get out of some baking?
No, I am telling the truth.
Oh, well, why don't we ask the expert over there? Ed, do you think that's true?
What?
I said... Are you all right?
Yeah, what?
Well, I don't know. You just seemed distracted ever since Edwina left. And I bet you didn't even hear what we were talking about.
No, I didn't. Well, something. Well, full, I guess. Should have had that second piece of pie. Of course, if Sadie had made it, I probably would have had 3 pieces. I think I'm going to go for a walk. Get a little air. Maybe jog a little bit.
Jog.
Yeah, why not?
Listen, you remember all of those women in the hospital with a heart attack just for saying, sure, why not?
You seemed awfully moody tonight, don't you think?
Yes, and I know why.
Why?
I think you took too kindly to those remarks you made about that Jack Scott when Edwina was here.
Oh, well, it never occurred to me that he'd be offended by that. I'll have to talk to him and get that all straightened out.
Listen, sweetheart, why do you have such strong reactions toward this Scott character?
Oh, well, as I said, I only know what I read about him, but he strikes me as the kind of person who dates movie stars to get his name in the papers. That is, when he isn't making history with his heart surgery. And I don't know why he didn't say something to me, if it bothered him.
Dorian, that was fabulous,
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Well, Linda, did you like it too? Yes, it was very good. Well, I want you to know that you can have a meal like that anytime you like. Peter, have you seen how lovely the snow looks on the garden?
No, Dorian, I haven't.
Well, please, let me show you. Judith.
Lynn, is it my imagination, or am I making you a bit nervous?
Well, I guess being in a social situation with a psychiatrist is, well, unnerving. I get the impression that you can see right through me.
Well, I wish that were true. It'd make my job a lot easier. Actually, it takes me about as long to get to know a patient as it takes a patient to get to know himself.
Well, do you feel that you know Dorian?
To an extent, yes.
Do you think that she's happy?
Well, I think she has the capacity for it.
Yes, but what frightens me is...
Is what? That she won't ever find happiness?
No, that she might not recognize it when it comes.
And, as I told you on the phone, Lionel, I don't really know what Vicky's problem is, but I think it's probably bad. So I want you to be as straight as possible with her. She's a very confused little lady.
You really care about her, don't you, Aunt Ina?
Oh, yes. Oh, sure, I love her like a daughter. So whatever her trouble is, I want to help her.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Becky!
Becky, this is my nephew Lionel West. And Lionel, this is Miss Rebecca Lee Hunt.
Rebecca, very nice to meet you.
Hi. Okay, now I'm going to leave you two alone.
Well, shall we sit down? So, what can I do for you?
Next on One Life to Live.
The feeling that I've ruined it for us, that we'll never be able to be physically close the way we used to be.
Because we haven't made love.
Cathy waits for another woman's husband.
I'm quite unavailable, but the point is I can't have him.
One life to live. Following all my children.
Oh, Larry, hold me.
I am, honey.
No, Peter. Peter, take my breath away.
What's going on?
Oh, I was so afraid that you'd never hold me again.
I'm sorry you felt like that. I'm holding you now.
Yes, I know, but is it because you want to?
Of course.
You don't feel sorry for me or something?
What are you talking about, feeling sorry?
Well, I have this feeling that I've ruined it for us, that we'll never be able to be physically close the way we used to be.
You listen to me. We both did a lot of wrong things. I mean, the breakup wasn't entirely your fault.
No, but it was mostly my fault. I know that. Sometimes I catch you watching me, wondering who I am, what I'm doing, whether I'm really changing or if I'm just pretending.
Karen, I don't want you feeling that way, feeling walking around here like you're walking on eggshells.
But that's the way I feel.
Listen, what you said earlier, that's not true, you know. You're not here on a trial basis or some sort of test period. As far as I'm concerned, we are back together. We're committed to making this thing work.
This thing you're referring to is our marriage.
I'm sorry, it was just a figure of speech.
Yes, I know, but that's the feeling that I have, that you're outside of this thing, our marriage, and that you're not involved in it.
Because we haven't made love?
Yes. And I want to desperately.
Karen, I just didn't want to fall back on the old pattern of solving everything in bed.
I know that's what you said. But I have the feeling that you don't want me anymore. And that you're only lying here because I forced you into it.
Ina, can you see anything from there?
No.
Can you hear anything?
No.
Then why didn't you come over here and sit down?
Because I'm too anxious to sit down, Ethan. Becky may be having the most important discussion of her whole life.
But Ina, you told me they just started talking a minute ago, just before I got here. It might be a long wait there in the doorway.
I know. See, Ethan, Becky has always been so secretive about her past. Now, I've been curious and concerned, but, to realize she needed to talk to a lawyer, that is certainly frightening.
But maybe it's something that you should have done a long time ago. Maybe your nephew can straighten everything up.
I'd like to think so, but I'm not getting many positive vibes. Lay you 10 to 1, I know who that is. Hello?
Hi, Miss Hopkins, May.
Oh, yes. Hello, Richard.